Hey guys, Gavin Gear here from UltimateReloader.com. It has been a while since I've given you all an update on the 224 Valkyrie project. It's been going slower than I've wanted, but I've made some good progress. There's been a lot of details to bring together. I've been in bed sick most of the week, so it feels really great to be back in the office and here to give you an update on the rifle builds. That's right, I'm going to do two rifle builds. An AR-15, which is what 224 Valkyrie is really all about. Cramming long-range ballistics into a tiny magazine and a tiny magwell and a tiny platform to stretch its capabilities to the max. And then a bolt platform. We're talking about no semi-auto dynamics. We're talking about kind of rifle ballistics in its purest form. Here's what I'm going to do that I don't think anyone else has done. I'm taking two different barrel blanks from Benchmark barrels, both match grade, both 24-inch, both 1-7 twist, same steel, same dimensions. This is going to be about as apples to apples as you can get for a bolt semi-auto 224 Valkyrie project. And I can't wait to get going. I'm starting the builds now. This is going to be super cool. So what I wanted to do was kind of walk through what I have planned for each of the builds. Now I'll note, this is my first time through an actual chambering for an AR-15 barrel, and this is my first Remington 700 rebarreling job, essentially. We've got a receiver we're starting with. This, everyone on YouTube, is the firearm. We're not modifying the firearm. We're going to really focus on chambering the barrel to match the chambering job that we do here on the AR-15 so that things are as consistent as possible. I'd like to have brass that I can fire form in one and interchange it with the other. And I'm using the same PTG chambering reamer, so that should be a possibility if I do my job. So that gives you an idea of where I'm going with the project. Let's talk about specifically what I'm going to do, and I'll start with the AR-15 build. So what I started with was my 25-45 Sharps SRC rifle here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to steel the lower. This, actually strip lower receiver, is the firearm in this case. It's got a great trigger, it's high quality, and so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I might swap on a different buttstock. I haven't decided on that yet. So I'm going to really focus on the upper. And I'm even going to steal, I think I'm going to steal the SRC bolt carrier from this upper because I have a Precision Reflex 6.8 SPC bolt, which is going to work for 224 Valkyrie that we can use with that carrier. All of this I've worked very hard with Mid-South Shooter Supply to put together as kind of an ultimate match gun, ultimate long-range 224 Valkyrie gun build for the upper specifically. So at the heart is the Benchmark barrel steel. This is 24-inch. The build is going to be rifle length. This is H-bar. And that should give us the best possible accuracy that we'll be able to attain. I'm going to thread the muzzle half 28, just like I plan to thread the Remington 700 build. So we've got an Aero Precision stripped upper. We've got a Trinity Force MX-15, really cool free float handguard. If you saw my free float handguard upgrade video, it's been one of my popular videos. You can see another Trinity Force install there. We've got a Delton upper receiver parts kit and barrel extension and rifle length gas tube. We've got a kinetic concealment ambidextrous charging handle, Pro Mag 30 round. Actually, it's 27 round because this is a 6.8 magazine. I've got some other magazines floating around the shop. So this is going to be killer. I can't wait to take this coyote hunting. This is going to be absolutely outstanding. That's what we've got kind of going on for the AR-15. Over here on the Remington 700 bolt action side, I started by buying a brand new Remington 700 sort of standard receiver with bolt. And I had the guys at Benchmark Barrels update the bolt, open it up a little bit. They put a Seiko type extractor in it, and they modified the bolt faces so that it was correct for the 6.8 SPC/224 Valkyrie specification that we're working with here. So that's the heart of the gun, that and the barrel blank. Again, this is a kind of varmint contour. It's 24 inches match grade. I'm planning on having the finish length be 24 inches, and I'm going to thread the muzzle again half 28. I've got a benchmark muzzle brake. I really like these. I put one of these on the Winchester Model 70 heavy varmint that I built in 22-250. All you need to do is a little bit of profiling, open up the opening so that it's about 20 over the bullet diameter, that kind of thing. So I thought that would be a cool thing to add into the mix here, to use optionally, because sometimes you don't want to blast the guys next to you. If you want to reduce the recoil, stay on target, it's a great thing to be able to have, especially if you're not using a suppressor, obviously. I've got a Badger Ordnance. This is a .312 inch oversized recoil lug. I'm still working out the magazine scenario, and that brings us to the chassis platform. This is a Kinetic Research Group KRG Bravo chassis. The guys at Benchmark showed me a 6.5 Creedmoor rifle that they had built around this, and I really liked it. So I got this one. I went with the green, which I'm really psyched about because I haven't had a green rifle at this point. Here's an interesting detail. The Trigger Tech Special trigger is going to be the trigger I'm using here. What's interesting about their triggers is they're zero creep, and you can talk about triggers, you can try and describe what they're like to shoot. I'm going to quantify this trigger. We're going to throw this rifle on my trigger scan platform, and we're going to do multiple trigger scans with different weights for the pull weight, and this goes from 1 pound up to 3.5 pounds, so that's perfect, the perfect range. Maybe set it up a little bit more for hunting, down a little bit more for target work, that kind of thing. Find just what you want. And this is just the box from the Remington 700 Action. So I'm still working on the AICS style magazines that the Bravo uses. There's the follower and there's the spring. A couple really important considerations when you go to try and modify a bolt action rifle to work with 2224 Valkyrie. The 224 Valkyrie rifle thing is not as popular because, of course, the round was designed for the AR-15 platform specifically. And I thought, this could end up being just one of my favorite rifles. Who knows? So I didn't want to skimp on any of the details, and I really wanted to use these two rifles as a platform for all of the content that we're going to talk about with 224 Valkyrie, including the rifles themselves and the components and accessories that I use, but then also the accuracy that we're going to get. We're going to talk about hunting. Varmint hunting would be a good example. Evaluate what this would be like to use, for PRS, load development, all of the reloading process and components and tools and all that stuff. So it's going to be great. Sorry guys that it's taken a little bit longer, but I'm getting going in this coming week on the rifle builds, and I'll have that content available shortly. I cannot wait to get started. I've got my Precision Matthews PM1440 GT lathe. I've got the PM949 TV milling machine. Those have been great ultra precision tools. Super happy with how the Winchester Model 70 build turned out. That was a huge success, and I've been having a lot of fun in the process. So I've got hours and hours and hours of work to do here. But if you guys have feedback, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear your experiences about building an AR-15 with the 224 Valkyrie platform in mind, or if you've built a bolt gun, what your experiences have been. What have you found with magazines, AICS style or other style magazines, in terms of interoperability and feed and all that kind of stuff? So it's going to be real. It's going to be a ton of content and a ton of good stories, good times. And so make sure that you're subscribed to GavinTube with notifications, because I don't want you to miss any of this content. And if you liked this video, if you like my project, please give the video a thumbs up. Until next time, happy shooting and reloading. And if you feel like supporting me, please stop by the Ultimate Reloader store and buy one of my t-shirts or one of my DVDs. See you all later. Appreciate it.